Ever wonder what life lessons your furry friends are trying to teach you? From living in the moment to unconditional love, our pets have a lot to share.
Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the wisdom of our pets and explore how they inspire us to live a more positive and fulfilling life.
So come along and join us on this adventure. The positive journey begins now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the positive journey. I'm Denny.
And I'm Dan, and we're thrilled to have you with us.
So, in this episode, Dan, like we said in the last one, we are going to be focusing on the things we can learn from our little furry friends here. Whether it's exploring the valuable lessons they offer about life, love, happiness,
Yes, and we'll be
whatever.
sharing what we can learn from our pets, discussing pet care insights, and highlighting how our pets inspire positive living.
Exactly. Apollo is specifically one of the three that definitely shows, that little thing we should be learning as people. Don't sort of show love and gratitude towards each other.
Yeah.
Whereas we could be gone for a doctor's appointment, whatever, come home, he's jumping, wagging
Yeah.
his tail, all happy to
Absolutely.
see us and everything.
Yep.
So,
They are the masters of showing us what is truly important in life.
exactly. And before we get into any of what we're discussing today, we've sort of had a pretty interesting week here at the house from some of the stuff that I've either found recipes and I've been making here at home. And,
Yeah.
we had a really good that sugar cream pie.
That was
sugar
really
cream
good.
pie was
That was
awesome.
really good.
But and finding them recipes to make our own bouillon broth.
Yeah.
I mean, who'd have thought something so simple was just made by stuff you already have
Right.
in your house? I mean,
Right. So we're kind of challenging ourselves to be more self-sufficient and not depend on going to the store for every little thing, because a lot of the things you need, like condensed cream soups, you can make up on the spot.
Yeah.
And the same with like chicken bouillon and all those
I mean, a
things.
lot of this stuff you can get if you go to like these Amish bulk food stores.
Oh, even if you don't have an Amish food store, I mean, you can get this stuff like in your local Kroger, Giant
I
Eagle,
don't know. I have never
supermarket.
seen dehydrated mushrooms in
Well,
Kroger or anything.
but yeah, but you could take your mushrooms, dehydrate them at home in your oven, and
Yeah.
do it yourself. But that's the point, is we're trying to be a little more self-sufficient, especially with prices, being where they are, and us just wanting to be a little bit more
And we're not going to get
self-sufficient.
political here.
No.
So,
It's just, being a little self-sufficient and healthier,
But
because you
it's-
know what goes in it.
but it's steps that are going to, down the long run, save money.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter whether prices are up or not at that time. If it can save you money, you should just
Plus,
want
this
to do
is
it.
stuff that, like the Amish do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure even our grandparents, or great grandparents did it, before. I mean, there were ways that they even managed to take like even simple little things, like I said, that you can find around your house in the pantry or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And boom, they made like dishes that
Well,
could never be copied in any restaurant.
Nothing was wasted. Leftovers were always transformed into something, whether it was a side dish. I remember having my grandmother lived with us, and she went through the Depression. And if you had spaghetti, you ate it till it got down to nothing. Spaghetti is one of those, my God, I'm sick of it meals, because it just goes on for days. But when you got down to just a little bit, that was put like in a little dish, and you ate it with your meal. Nothing was thrown away when my grandma lived there. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And if she could transform it, like pot roast became beef stew.
Yeah.
You transformed it into something else,
Mm.
and you just kept using it up until it was gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we as society have like gotten away from. Too many people want to spend time going out to like McDonald's and stuff like that instead of taking that time looking through their refrigerators and their cabinets and seeing what there is to make.
Right.
And then, we all have access to the internet at some point, whether it's on a computer, a laptop, a tablet, your phone.
Right.
Just look up a simple recipe. Now I've been finding a lot of this stuff on that app Lemonade. I guess that's how you say it.
Right.
Lemon, and then it looks like an 8 at the end.
Oh, okay.
So
Never heard of it.
But that's where I found those recipes to make that bouillon powder here at home. And I mean, the ingredients that it took to make the beef one, who would have thought? Ground up dehydrated mushrooms and other herbs in that from the cabinet made beef bouillon.
I can see that because mushrooms kind of have a meaty taste to them.
Well, and if you're going sort of that vegetarian route for your burgers, and we've tried it a couple times where I've taken like portobello caps and grilled them up to make like burgers out of.
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess I could sort of, but yeah, there's absolutely no beef in it at all, but it tastes like.
Well, yeah, and it's a dry storage, so you don't have to worry about it going.
Nope.
Spoiling in the fridge or whatever.
Yeah, we got them stored in nice airtight containers, and all I got to do when we cook is a good heaping tablespoonful or a teaspoonful, and in it goes.
Yeah.
But on that note, Dan, so what are we looking at as far as what we can learn from our pets? There are several things that we can learn from them. Like I said in the beginning, living in the present moment.
Yeah.
We can pay attention to them, and they do. They do. The cats even. They come out, they just do their little thing, or just lay in the window, and they're just happy and content.
Yeah.
They are happy and content. Apollo, he doesn't care if we're just running down to the gas station or running out to the mailbox. Any little bit of time he gets to spend with us is an enjoyable moment for him.
Absolutely.
So,
and that is important, living in the present moment. And animals really just do seem to have that knack to just live for the now. They don't overthink everything. But they also have a lot of unconditional love and acceptance.
Oh, they do.
Pets love unconditionally, regardless of our flaws, regardless of how long we've been away. They're not mad. They just are so happy when we walk in the house. They sit with us. They just love, love, love.
Although
imagine,
you forget treat moment.
Well, imagine if humans had that capacity to love like your dog.
Yeah.
The world would be such a better place.
Oh, there would be a lot less fighting and
Absolutely.
everything. And they find joy in simple pleasures.
Yeah.
The simplest of things they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for him, it's curling up on the couch with us and getting behind our legs as they sort of have made a little nest for him to get behind. Yeah. And he's just happy being on the couch. The simplest of pleasures they can do.
Yep. And you don't worry about whether he'll see the world or, go to faraway places or, whatever. And humans do. We think we haven't lived or we can't enjoy life unless we're keeping up with the Joneses, unless, we take our kids to this place and put them in this dance group and whatever. Animals are just happy with life as it unfolds around them.
Yeah.
And that's the way humans
Well, you sort of touched on even that in the last episode when we were talking about, the gratitude they show of everything. Where, like you said, we could be living in the mud puddle out front. And as long as he was with us,
that's all that matters to him.
That's all he would care about.
Yep.
He wouldn't need a big mansion or anything like that.
Nope.
Although, if you lived in the mud puddle, you'd be having to get a bath a lot more often. But I'm just saying.
That's true. But they are also very loyal. Pets have an incredible loyalty to their owners, and they teach us the importance of being committed, in our relationships. I
They
mean,
do.
it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how we are. He loves us unconditionally. He doesn't look at anything wrong. He just looks at us as the way we are, and he's grateful for that.
Well, let's take a look at even you and I. I mean, yeah, we got married, but to show our love and devotion, we had to buy rings to give to each other and everything. He would be devoted to us whether he had a collar, leash, whatever. He wouldn't care. You know, he just loves us
Yeah. Yes, he does. Yes,
and
he does.
everything. Um, Forgiveness and moving on. They are forgiving at times.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, when I used to be a hospice aide, there was a lot of patients' houses I'd go to, and they'd have pets,
Mm.
dogs, whatever, and I'd come home. Man, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to pass up the chance to pet a dog or a cat. I'm going to make fusses over them. But I'd come home smelling of that pet.
Yeah.
And he would still be happy to see us and everything. And even though he could smell that other animal on me, it was just the idea. Okay, yeah, I know you touched another dog, but you're home. I love you. And
Right. Right. They're very adaptable. They can adapt to changes in their environment, and they bounce back from challenges. They demonstrate resilience and the ability to overcome adversity very well.
yeah, and a lot of things that it's hard to read sometimes, but they're nonverbal communication. Sometimes you can tell just by looking at them how they're feeling,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe how they are adapting or understanding how you're feeling,
Sure. Yeah.
and they're going to do whatever it takes to try to make you happy or feel better. So their nonverbal communication is something that, yeah, it takes a hard time to understand, but they can communicate a lot.
Oh
Either
yeah.
just the look of their
Absolutely.
eyes or whatever.
Absolutely. I like how they're playful. They just in the spur of the moment when the urge hits them, they just start playing.
Hmm, hmm.
You know, and that's something I think this is why adults suffer so much in their life because we've forgotten how to play.
Yeah. Well, the one cat especially, um, and she was one that we rescued. She was supposedly feral and wild and everything, but there's times she'll just be laying there sleeping, and then all of a sudden up, jumping around, chasing after God only knows whatever it is that she sees on the floor. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um, routines and consistency, you know, and there are some people that do follow certain routines and prefer a consistency to their life,
yeah.
and that if you screw up their routine or whatever, their whole day is just
Oh, I
shot.
know, I know.
But animals, I mean, yeah, there's times that if we've been late coming home, he may have had an accident in the house and
Yeah,
everything. Or if we're home late and the cats are waiting for their supper, boy, do we hear it.
yeah, for sure.
But there's also times that if we've gotten home late, they've been fine.
Yeah, true.
You
Yeah,
know, and sometimes if you even try to follow a regular toileting pattern for them, it doesn't always work. You know, Sometimes going off their routine a little bit helps a little bit because let's say you normally take your dog to the bathroom at 2 in the afternoon.
mm-hmm.
Well, the other next day you go to take them out at 2 in the afternoon just because it worked that day and it doesn't work this day.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't ready to go to the bathroom.
Well, maybe not. Maybe
So
not.
routines and consistency is something we may have to learn to
Be
change.
flexible with. Right. Well, I mean, I don't go to the bathroom at the same time every day. It depends on what I eat and drink.
You know.
Pets are very grateful. They do love their food, their shelter, their affection, and he gets so happy with the treat and he wants a snuggle, and that's something we can learn too, is the gratefulness that pets can teach us.
Yeah, but this last trip to the vet, his gratefulness came with a price because while I was paying for his visit there, they they had me near the spot where they had dog toys and that stuff for sale. So his gratefulness came with a price of a dog toy
That's
for
okay. He
going to the
deserved it.
doctor.
He deserved it.
Oh, and patience. They can be more patient than any person ever could be.
Mhm.
And that's something we really need to learn from them is being patient. You know, how many times has that happened? Whether in the grocery store or in traffic, whatever. You know, you can't control what's going on outside of you,
Right.
but standing there and
That's me.
come on, it isn't going to make things move any faster.
Yeah.
It isn't going to happen. But you look at them. You look at them. Like let's taking them to the bathroom again, okay? Even if he may have to go like crazy, he's gonna walk
Oh yeah, he's
around
gonna
and
be out there for
he's
half an
gonna
hour.
sniff this blade of grass and this tire on the car and this and that and take his good old time. And when he's ready, he'll do whatever he's out here to do.
Well, that's because they enjoy the moment too.
I mean,
He's out there literally. They sniff. That's like that saying, "Stop and smell the roses." He's out there really kind of just enjoying himself. He's smelling
well,
those scents,
that's
and
that patience. We people
we
need to
need the patience.
learn.
Yes, 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 for sure. Self care. Pets prioritize their needs, whether it's rest, play, or nourishment. Right? They remind us to take care of ourselves. So we got to do that too.
And that's something even as hospice aides, um, we learned that especially is trying to make it clear to the family of the patient that, you know, yes, we understand your concern and everything over your loved one here, but if you don't take care of yourself, what good are you going to be to that
Right,
person?
right.
And the animals are the same way.
Hmm.
I mean, we people need to learn that from them where we need to eat right, we need to take care of ourselves
Hmm.
properly, because if we let ourselves go bad, what's going to happen to them?
Absolutely,
What's
absolutely.
going to happen to them? So, yeah, those are a lot of things that we humans need to take into example and learn from our furry little friends here
I like
and
to think
everything.
of us, we're animals too. You know, I think somehow we've came into this view that we are not part of the animal population. Because religion and whatever has taught us that we're the higher species, but we're still made the same way, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're religious, you're going to believe that God made us all. So why would he make them for the desire for self-care and not us? That's the part that I never seem to understand, this whole don't, put yourself completely last and in line, and baloney. You got to take care of yourself.
Yep.
You've got to eat right. You've got to allow yourself time to play. You've got to allow balance in your life. You've got to do everything that you see these animals do. Whether because that's part of growth.
Well, and that's just it. The main thing to take from it is time for yourself.
Hmm.
You've got to make time for yourself.
Absolutely.
You've got to, whether you're at work or whatever, you've got to take that minute and take time for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, those small little 15-minute breaks that we all get on jobs,
Hmm.
they may not be a law requirement, And yeah, I heard a lot of non-smokers when I used to work at my jobs be like, well, you all always get to go out. You all have cigarettes and yada, yada, yada. Okay. But you're also allowed to take that 15 minutes to yourself. And if you choose not to, that's your
Well,
problem.
I think because I was a smoker too, they think that we're just allowed to take breaks whenever. And I'm not saying that there aren't businesses that doesn't happen. I know when I managed and I smoked, you went out on your break and smoked. You didn't go extra.
No.
I didn't allow them to, but you know, but I think smokers take their break because the addiction makes them take it, and people that don't smoke, and of course I've not smoked too on jobs, and I used to think the same thing, like all these smokers, because you're taught to bleed for your job and all this crazy nonsense that we're taught in our nation, like your job should be your everything there is and give your soul to it and all, whatever. No, you need to take your breaks. You need me time.
Yeah.
You need me
Well,
time.
and whether you go outside in the nice weather when hopefully the nice weather decides to hit again or whatever, but when you get to go away from the floor, from your desk, whatever,
Yeah,
take that little bit of time.
absolutely.
Take that time, go out, get away from things, de stress for a while.
Yeah,
That's one of the best self care things you can do
absolutely.
is to step away and de stress
Yep.
for a while.
Yep.
So so with that, let's talk about um the ways that reinforce these valuable lessons, Dan. So what are some of the things that we can do and help our pets for this?
Well, I think keeping a consistent routine. Keep feed them at the same time every day. Try to toilet them at the same time every day. So that provides security for them for sure. That's very important. Allows us to observe their natural behaviors. So
And like we were saying when we were discussing some of the things that we learn from our pets, pay attention to their nonverbal cues. Um, that's essential because through their nonverbal cues, they can sort of let you know whether they're not feeling right. They maybe know you're not feeling right and they're trying to be sympathetic and help you. Or they may be just sitting there looking at you because maybe you got too busy on Facebook and forgot, oh, crap, the dog has to go to the bathroom.
right, right, right,
And he's looking at me, so I know he has to do
right,
it.
right. And provide them with opportunities for mental and physical stimulation. That's very important, and it keeps them engaged and happy. They're going to need their playtime. Um, Dogs need to utilize their critical thinking skills as well. Get them those dog puzzles and all those things to help them.
Yeah. And I touched on it a little bit in a video short that I made Sunday about, what's one thing that you and your pet does together that brings you both joy
Hmm.
in that. And that's the thing. We need to show all of them, no matter how many pets you have, no matter what pets you have, you need to show them all unconditional love like they show you
Absolutely.
and affection and take time to spend with each pet separately.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, our pets are natural teachers of positivity. They remind us to live in the present, appreciate the small things, and love without reservation.
They also teach us about resilience. Even when they face challenges, they bounce back with remarkable
Yes,
optimism.
they do. They model gratitude. They appreciate the simple comforts of life, like a warm bed or a tasty meal.
Or their fathers curled up on the couch and
Yeah,
trying to sleep.
yeah, yeah.
And they show us the power of unconditional love. They love us for who we are and all our flaws.
Absolutely, they do. So, we want to encourage our listeners to spend time observing their pets and reflecting on the lessons they teach.
And go back and check our video that we did of it on Sunday. It is called, Fun for You and Your Furry Friends, I think. And comment on there what it is you do with your pet that brings you both joy and happiness. And if you want, drop us a line at joywithoutjustification@gmail.com and let us know there. We'd love to share your stories in a future upcoming adventure.
All right. So, next episode, we'll be talking about what?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
We gotta toss that up in the
All
air.
right.
I mean, this one we just wanted to dedicate mostly to, the things we can learn from our pets. But we're going to be getting close to starting the plants for in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be, I think we were planning a trip to the Amish food store because there's one dessert you wanted me to try to make, that raisin pie.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to get the stuff to make the raisin
Oh,
pie
yeah.
filling and
Yeah.
everything. So we'll be going down to our.
We're trying to expand our garden this year. Just, it's peaceful for me and for you both to be in the garden, for us both, I think. And, just getting away from all the crap that they put in food,
Well, that and after that year that we came home with them 2 boxes of tomatoes from the Rogers sale.
Yeah.
I've gotten the canning bug,
Yeah.
and I definitely want to try to do a lot more because we always end up with a lot of tomatoes every year. We
Right,
do. We end
right.
up with a lot of them, and I might want to try to expand my canning horizons this year. So we're
Yeah.
definitely going to be getting the garden plants started here. Hopefully the frost should be over by the time they're ready to go outside in
Yeah.
May.
Yeah.
So cross our fingers on that.
Yep.
But keep an eye out for when the next adventure is planned. I will even do a short to announce what it may go on and everything. So on that, don't forget to subscribe and hey, leave a review and follow us on our social media. Your support means the world to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on the Positive Journey.
So on that note, have a great day. Go enjoy life and peace out.